Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel, Global Happenings Today, the home of political news and other reports on events in the country. The Imo State Governor, Hope Uzodinma, had promised Nigerians that today, being the 4th of January 2022, he was going to unveil those who are behind the sponsorship of insecurity in Imo State, and also those who are involved in the act of kidnapping. The stakeholder meeting that they held today had a lot of people in attendance, but shockingly, he came up with something different. You're going to get to hear the reason why he has decided to make the decision he has made, and what other people who were in attendance in the meeting had to say about the issue of insecurity in the state. But before we give you full details of that, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you get notification anytime we publish our videos. The Imo State Governor, Hope Uzodinma, on Tuesday disappointed Imolites by not mentioning the names of sponsors of insecurity in the state that have led to the killing, kidnapping, and cannibalism in the state. The governor refused to mention the names at the Imo State stakeholder meeting luncheon held at the government house in Owerri after he had promised to do that on the 4th of January 2022. The governor's reason was that he would allow the security agencies to finish their investigation and the sponsors would be arrested. However, Imolites who were in high spirit to know the names of the alleged sponsor of Imo insecurity were slightly disappointed after waiting for so many hours to hear the names of those behind their pains in the state. Uzodinma at the meeting simply said, "Let us allow the security agencies to finish their investigation and reveal the names of the sponsors of insecurity, and they will be arrested." The difference between former Governor Rochas Okorocha and others who have ruled this state was that he still wants to be the governor when he is out of office. Okorocha is the only governor that wants to take this state alone for himself. He should allow me to rule the state as the governor. I am his elder brother, and I deserve some respect from him. We cannot allow one person to hold the state hostage. Adding his voice, the chairman, Elders Council of Ohanes and Igbo Worldwide, Chief Emmanuel Iweyanwu, said it is stupid for anybody to say he wants to make Imo State ungovernable. According to him, he said, "You can imagine people now eating the human body. This is bringing a bad name to the Igbos all over the world. This we must condemn, just like Ohakim. When he lost the election as governor, he did not say he would make Imo ungovernable. Rather, he continued to support the government in power to make sure that the state moves forward." According to the former governor of Imo State, Ikedi Ohakim, he said, and I quote, he said, "Many people are watching today to hear names from the governor, but a stop of wisdom, I have spoken to senior lawyers, and they said if names are mentioned, the persons will sue for fundamental human rights and the persons will escape, therefore running away from being arrested. Social media will destroy this country if nothing is done about it. Other countries are deploying it positively, and we are deploying it negatively. People are paid 10,000 to destroy Imo State, and we must be very careful about it." In a speech, the chairman of the occasion and the chief executive officer, CEO of Xenox Computer, Leo Stan AK, said, It's only a fool that fights his people. I want to say this, it is privilege to be here. Nobody can succeed in any conspiracy against the Imo people. If I do anything against Imo people, God will fight me. It's not so bad when I enter Owerri. Everywhere is neat. It's quite commendable. Any man who is against his people is a fool. There must be a point of reconciliation. Let us join hands and destroy Imo State. As we are fighting here, other economies in other places are growing, and we are busy destroying our own. You have the right to be a member of any political party, but don't destroy Imo State. If you think you have the money, you cannot have money more than your state. Dignitaries who grace the occasion include the president of Ohanaeze Ndigbo Worldwide, Professor George Obiozor, the former senator who represented Imo North Senatorial District, Matthew Nwagu, the Imo State Commissioner for Police, Hosanna Abiu, former Minister of Information, Walter Afonagoro, Speaker, Imo State House of Assembly, Kennedy Ibe, former Deputy Governor, Jude Agbazo. Also, some of the dignitaries present at the occasion include serving and past members of the National Assembly, State House of Assembly from Imo State. Wow, what is said, like one of my principals would say, what is said but once for the wise. And I think that from all indication, the governor has decided to, not that I won't call that disappointment, but based on what Emmanuel Iweyan said, if they name those who are behind insecurity in the state, it may possibly result to them suing whoever that have arrested them. So just like the right said, the investigation should be carried out properly, and those who are against it should be brought to book. But I think that the most important thing should be how there can be reconciliation. Reconciliation is overly important, I'm telling you right now, because if just like Leo rightly say, the owner of CEO of Xenox Computer rightly say, fighting yourselves would not produce results, and also it helps to demolish the economies of the Southeast. The economies of the Southeast have greatly dwindled because most people do not intend or do not want to bring in anything like business there, considering the fact that if they do, they will end up losing everything that they've worked for. I mean, the level of, serial killings that is going on in the Southeast and other parts of the country is becoming too alarming. Any reasonable governor should be thinking of how they can quell the crisis, bring the stakeholders together, and see how they can format a way of moving the economies of the state forward. As much as I've been in, I know a little bit about accounting and economics. I know right now that the internally generated revenue of Imo State has dwindled a great deal. Not just Imo State, in other southeastern states, it has dwindled a great deal. Because today, you hear sit at home, tomorrow something will happen. Young people every day are being hacked down. Cultism has grown to a level that it's totally unbearable. Tomorrow you hear UGM, they're invading all corners of the state and doing all manner of things. And, so you just realize that just the information on the net about these areas can scare people a great deal. Someone say they're trying to destroy it via social media. It's not social media has helped a great deal because some of these things would have been covered, but social media has been able to bring it to limelight so that everybody will get to know and be careful. I read some time ago, some few days ago, about someone who went into one of the southeastern states, and this same UGM guy showed up, brought him out, and that was the end of the story for him. I mean, that will never encourage anybody to even think of coming back home. I even when I saw the crowd in the hall, that's the crowd that attended the program, I was shocked, man. These guys are really growing, people have the mind of coming back. I thought even that the, hall that they use for the meeting will be scanty, but people came out. I feel that at this point, the government should think of more of reconciliation, and people who are lifting up arms should drop their arms, see how they can move the state further. That's where I like to leave it. Go to our comment section, let's interact. What's your position on the issue of insecurity, and are you disappointed that the names of those behind insecurity in the state were not mentioned? Let's interact in our